them about finances. We're going to start where we left off at yesterday. Section 11. How did we get here? AKA the stories of broken capitalism. Capitalism. When I do well, society gets better. This, my friend, is the backbone of our American economy. Broken capitalism. When I do well, everyone else pays a price for it. As a nation, we're well acquainted with the biggest profile version of broken capitalism, chattel slavery. Slavery, as with all forms of broken capital, doesn't add true abundance to the economy. On the contrary, it creates an undue financial and spiritual burden on everyone involved. And in no uncertain terms, the bill will always come due because the mortal arc of the universe bends toward justice. As we examine broken capitalism and its effects, I want you to ask yourself, how could this narrative have been different? Where could we have done better? What are the tools and knowledge we need to create a society where everyone does well together? Broken capitalism and the black and brown people of America. This chapter could represent a book all by itself. Financial literacy, a hallmark of broken capitalism, and the poor are an all too common combination. Of the more than 200 ethnic groups in the United States, I want to bring attention here, broadly speaking, to Latinos, Native American, Indians, and of course, African Americans. The Latino culture, with challenges and opportunities tied to financial literacy, that is easiest to single out is that of our Mexican brothers and sisters. Most of Mexico's challenges and experiences with versions of broken capitalism come, respectfully, from the unfortunate fiscal management of the new republic. Sometime after its freedom from Spain in 1821, and some would argue continuing until this present day, the average citizen of Mexico was never empowered with their own sense of financial agency, but it's not too late. Most people don't know that California was once part of Mexico. That's right. Also Arizona, Nevada, Texas, Utah, and significant parts of 5 other U.S. states. It gives new context to those of Mexican descent streaming over the border looking for a better life. Their current challenge is around the legalization of citizenship, education, and ensuring that they are net positive economic contributors to the growing U.S. economy. By the way, most people also don't know that the second president of Mexico, Vicente Roman Guerrero, was of African descent, a small point of pride and hope. Guerrero was an independence war general who successfully fought the Spanish on behalf of his Mexico. And after becoming president, he outlawed slavery in Mexico. This act both led to the secession of modern-day Texas from Mexico and contributed to his being driven out of office. And then, of course, you have the well-documented heartbreak of the Native American people in America. Too many now find themselves struggling on Indian reservations. One, with insufficient education, a lack of financial resources and economic options, social isolation, and yes, a massive lack of financial literacy. In spite of the challenges, setbacks, and clear examples of gamesmanship played against them in after negotiated deal over the years, which ties back to a lack of financial sophistication and understanding of a market economy. There are clear examples of how, with the right set of circumstances and opportunities to grow Native Americans' financial financial agency and freedom, the myriad successful Indian-sponsored casinos, my opinion of gambling as a sustainable economic stabilizer for an entire society or population aside, and resorts underscores this point. Next, let's talk about African Americans. This story of broken capitalism I know firsthand. American slavery was many things that should trouble all of us, but at its core, it was the most egregious example to me of broken capitalism. Throughout history, black Americans have faced unique barriers to economic growth, largely due to systematic and institutionalized racism. These barriers didn't simply hinder black Americans, they shaped the economic and financial landscape of the entire nation. They put us on a path of broken capitalism. So we're going to stop right there at page 53. This was Financial Literacy for All by John Hope Bryant. So that's where we're going to start off later today or tomorrow. Enjoy y'all Tuesday. The best is here. Make sure y'all like, follow, share, subscribe, all that. We're global.